Hello, and welcome to the final episode of 2020, episode 54 of the Lower Bitrate Podcast. Hello.
Welcome. We are nearing the end of the year. Hooray!
Thank goodness. 2020 was a shit show. Easily. I wouldn't say the worst year of my life, but it's up there.
Yeah. I've had some rough years, but just a lot of really personal stuff happened this year. It's really hard to look back right now. But yeah, just a lot of heartbreak in 2020 and a lot of frustration, boredom.
Yeah, you know
chaos.
when when you make that transcendence from adolescence to adulthood, like real adulthood, when you start seeing things different, like when your mom, what she said starts finally making fucking sense. Like, oh,
yeah.
maybe she wasn't wrong.
Yeah, maybe your mom, you shouldn't have dismissed her all those years.
Yeah, like maybe, gaming on a weekday was a bad idea in the context of having a job, but it's been rough. It's been rough for many people, and I'm one of the lucky ones that doesn't have it too bad. But
yeah, and it's so true to remember that. Like, someone always has it worse than you. Just to I guess, induce a reflection of gratitude instead of like, woe is me. Just remember that it could be worse, I suppose.
yeah, my reason for mentioning that obviously is the last show of the year and onward and upwards. That's pretty much the vibe I'm trying to give out.
Yeah, I look forward to the future where we'll be recording episode 55 in the next year.
See you next year. LOL. Time for me to beg for stuff. Visit our website, lowerbitrate.com. There you'll find the Discord. Please join it. There you will find the link to the YouTube. Please subscribe. There you'll find all the links to the podcast. Google, Spotify, and Apple. Please subscribe and download. There's a link to an OnlyFans there. Please check it out. You won't regret it. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you for the PSA portion of the podcast.
My groveling, my begging.
Or just check out our cool shit. We got a cool website. Take a look at it. If you're ever like, where's movie night? What are they talking about? LowerBitrate.com. Because there you can join the Discord. That's where we watch movies every week, Monday at 7 Central.
PM. That I am.
Yeah. Gross.
Next week, I'll give you an exact date. The 28th, we will be watching Wonder Woman 84.
Join
1984.
Is that what it is? I thought it was Wonder Woman 84. Never mind.
I think it's 1984, but I think the abbreviation is WW84 for the hashtag.
Which is dope. I mean, I know I'm biased because I'm like, Wonder Woman, like Hercules. But, yeah. I don't know. I think it's a dope name. WW84.
Yeah. How was your week?
As hellish as the rest, but I did start playing Animal Crossing again. I picked it up.
Me too.
And for that winter content, try to make me some snow boys. Have you made a snow boy yet?
I haven't made a snow boy yet, no.
My snow boy fell in the river. It's hard to make a snow boy.
Wait, what? You gotta roll them, right?
Yeah, I thought at first you had to kick them, but yeah, you have to roll them and
wait, you actually you have to grab him?
Mm-hmm. And push him.
Oh, I've just been kicking him.
Yeah, no. I think Isabel was the one that was like, roll him, and I was like, oh, don't boot him like a soccer ball. I was doing like Destiny in the tower with the soccer ball. But I've been Ooh, I want to stream. I've just been pausing on the streams, honestly, because life has been really difficult, but then also because I'm a bit kind of pausing and seeing and really hoping Twitch takes a more positive direction, feeling a little bit disillusioned with the decisions they've been making. I mean, not shocking, but just one after the other recently, just in rapid fire. But we don't have to go into that here. I've also wanted to, just thinking about games I haven't played yet, but I'm about to, is I did play a little Breath of the Wild, but I want to play the Dark DLCs. There's 2 of them now that are free. Hello, buy the game. DARQ, Dark. And it's a monochromatic little puzzler like other ones I like Limbo and Inside. Just give these games a try. They're really good. I like puzzlers in black and white for some reason. I like it. These aren't platformers. These are solve the puzzle.
I played Limbo. Limbo's good.
It is. And then I wanted to try Grounded. Thanks, Lou, for Grounded. I haven't played it yet. So I was about to jump into that. But it looks terrifying. It looks like Subnautica, where you're just having a great time and then you get almost swallowed by a giant koi or something. Just makes the world very dangerous. And I was like, it looks scary.
I think we could play that because I have Game Pass, and that's on Game Pass.
Oh, sweet. I didn't even think about that there would be multiplayer. That's cool. Yeah, I will play that soon. TM.
Soon TM.
Tell me, how was your week? That was a lot.
This happened a couple weeks ago, but I finally, mentioning Twitch, I finally got out of the affiliate program.
How many weeks did it take?
It took over a month.
Wow, they didn't want you to go.
No, and then they gave me like a fucking smorgasbord of a list of things I needed to verify through email. I'm like, oh, what is the last transaction that you made? Give me the transaction number. I'm like, I don't buy shit on here. Nothing. That's what I said. And then I just gave them all the other information, and they took me off. So, yeah, I'm done. I'm done with Twitch.
Yeah, I understand. I understand the feeling.
They wanted to ban incels. Clearly, I'm gone. Other than that, just been running around. We had a snowstorm here, so I've been kind of like catching up on the Christmas stuff. Merry Christmas if you celebrate that, and if you don't, happy day off. Yeah, just running around, just chilling, trying to manage my time. I've been playing Animal Crossing. I've been having fun.
What's your favorite part about the update?
More people playing. That's pretty much it.
I don't have anybody on there playing.
Yeah,
no
I'm
one.
Playing. A few people playing.
Wait, are you probably play like in like offline mode? So if you are on, I don't even know. I guess other people could be doing that too.
I'm on online.
Oh.
I'm just on at weird hours of the day.
Okay.
Right. Other than that, saw Tenet. We'll talk about that in a little bit later. Playing games, Destiny, LOL, Bungie. Not even gonna talk about it. That's pretty much it.
All right.
Just chilling.
Yeah, that was a lot for our weeks. I guess busy. Oddly.
Yeah, the end of the year always gets busy regardless. It's like, I mean, I understand there's like a pandemic or whatever, but I still wanted to make sure people had gifts, even if I couldn't, spend the time with them. So had to be a little Santa, little Chonkus, and give people gifts. I'm a little tired.
I really like that you are like the New York Santa, just like driving around, dropping off gifts.
And I was wearing red too, so I was fitting the part.
Wow, so festive.
So, as I said, right on schedule, there's another Steam sale.
Yeah.
The winter Steam sale. I knew it was gonna pop up either like right near Christmas or before Christmas. This came out, I think, on the 22nd. I want to say. Yeah, the 22nd until January 5th. So most of the games that were on sale beforehand are on sale here as well. So if you were
Yeah.
thinking about picking something up, pick something up. There's some games on here that are on sale that you could technically get on Epic Games for free. um Today Inside is free. When you see this episode, it will be gone. But I do have a list of games on Epic Games that will be free, and I will give you those games right now once I can fucking find it. Um
Something I really love about our podcast is we're always prepared.
yes. Okay, so when this podcast goes live on Epic Games launcher, Darkest Dungeon will be free. The next day, My Time in Portia will be free. The next day, Night in the Woods will be free. Day after that, Stranded Deep. Day after that, Solitaria, whatever that game is, free. Second to last day, the 14th day, Torchlight 2. And the final day, which I think is a game everybody should try to pick up, Jurassic World Evolution, is free. I think that's probably the best game on here besides, a game you've already missed, Alien Isolation, which is cheap
Ugh.
anyway.
Yeah. If you want to, it's cheap because you also have to buy diapers.
Yeah. It's also been out for forever.
I used to watch streams of that. Ooh.
Yeah, it's pretty manga. Like I don't see myself ever playing it. But yeah, most of the things on here are free, not free. On the Steam sale are back. There are a few things that aren't, like your Cyberpunk 2077s. One recommendation I can make if you like, Harvest Moon and Animal Crossing is Stardew Valley. They put the game on sale, 33% off, so it's $10. Cheapest it's ever been, I believe. And they just pushed out a 1.5 update for it that puts a lot of things in the game.
Yeah.
A lot of things in the game. Like, it is a girthy patch. So check that out. That came out the day before on Monday, the 21st. So check that game out. Everything else is the same. It's hit or miss on what you want.
Yeah, I'm not. Go ahead.
Attached to this though is the Steam Game Awards. So the Steam Awards basically is what they call it.
Which also means a sale, right?
Yeah. Most of these things would be on sale anyway. I think all these games are on sale. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, all these games are on sale. Vote on these things, even if you just vote. Who cares if you want to put some thought into it? Just vote. You do get some I think it's like inventory cards, like Steam trading cards. You could actually trade for money, like money in your account. It'll be like 10 cents, but it's something. That's pretty much it with Steam.
Thanks for the dime, Steam.
Yeah. Are you gonna get anything from this sale or no?
No, that's what I blurted out earlier. I don't have any plans to. I saw that Tabletop Sim was on sale and also Horizon Zero Dawn, but I still don't trust Horizon Zero Dawn. And I guess I have other games in front of it that I want to play. But I'm not going to get Tabletop Sim either because I wanted it. And then I got Clubhouse games on the Switch, and that really scratches my itch with playing games like Mancala or different types of poker or Mahjong Solitaire or trying to learn how to play like Mahjong with against the CPU.
Yeah.
That's like poker. You have to learn hands. And I don't read Chinese, so it was just kind of challenging myself with that. Because I'm good with languages and remembering like rapid recall. So I was trying that to learn maybe the like 5 most common hands as it was recommending. But anyway, off topic. No, I don't plan on picking up anything in the Steam sale just because those 2 reasons.
Apparently Horizon Zero Dawn, they fixed their issues.
Okay.
And it's on sale. It's $40.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Also, what if I suck at it, Like, it's a bow. Got to take down dinosaurs.
Wooden dinosaurs.
What if it's like Monster Hunter World where I'm just terrible, I've been scarred by that game.
Yeah,
Great
I'm terrible
game,
at that game too.
Great game, just couldn't get past like the giant puffball monster. I forget, the Puka Puka? No, I forget what it's called. Anyway.
Pika Pika?
No. The Jigglypuff one. It's never mind. Anyway.
Moving on. Oh, speaking of Pokemon, I have been buying Pokemon packs.
More packs? Oh,
more
geez.
packs. I have one goal in mind. Fat Rainbow Pikachu. That's all I want. And then I can retire.
What are the odds of getting one of those?
I don't know. But I'm pretty sure that I'll spend more money in packs than what Fat Rainbow Pikachu is worth.
100%. They're selling you an experience, not a product.
Yeah, I'm just basically, I'm basically paying for the gambling experience without, the insurmountable debt that comes with it. Cyberpunk.
Yeah. I can't believe all this happened in the past week.
Yeah, it's been a crazy fucking week. It's just been, lightning rounds. So Sony came out and were like, yeah, LOL, fuck you, we're not giving you any refunds, hold that L. And then I guess they pissed so many people off that CD Projekt Red originally stated that if you wanted a refund, you can get a refund if you purchased it digitally. Sony countered them and said, LOL, fucking no, which is in their right. It's in their terms of service.
Mm-hmm.
I originally refunded Battlefield Hardline on PlayStation because that game was absolute, like, liquid dog shit. And I had to make an excuse that I had a kid and he purchased it without my consent. That's how I got my money back. So they don't want to give any money back. They caved and are offering refunds for people, full refunds for people who bought Cyberpunk 2077. There's a class action lawsuit that's building against CD Projekt Red. Xbox is currently giving refunds. They blatantly lied about the last gen consoles and their performances. They said that it was gonna be fine, and they were just optimizing it, and it is unplayable, like crashing at every turn it gets. It crashes. The glitches are crazy. Like not everybody has a beastly PC rig that can run this game, and I can't even get a PS5. So. And many people don't have $500 plus another 60 or 70 to shell out for the next gen experience at this point. Most people start buying the consoles when they get their first or second price drop, or there's a second revision to the hardware.
Or for a gift. So you got to wait till gift giving times of the year.
Right. Most of the people that play consoles are kids. Let's be honest. Most of them don't have jobs, don't have money. So
really, you feel like the demographic for console users are children. I know from my like old Destiny buds, one friend would use it like a Roku or like a streaming device. So he bought the like mini Xbox, the like smaller Xbox, I forget what it was called, and then used that to like stream from downstairs, and then upstairs he had his gaming room with his consoles in it.
Right. I think we live in echo chambers, so most of my friends are adults, like a good majority of them, like 99%. Um, but by and large, I think most people that have consoles are kids.
Okay.
Like the mom buys it or whatever. I would say that the PS5, maybe the demographic is more scaled to adults because it's $500+ and it's kind of hard to get. Um, but yeah, that's just my,
Okay.
anecdotal thing. But yeah, they've patched the game a whole bunch of times. I haven't played since. But it just seems like this game is going to be another No Man's Sky. Yeah,
Really, or Skyrim, I feel like.
um, yeah, they just did another hot fix. It's basically just, hey, this person will never go missing from this thing. The game is buggy. That's why I stopped playing it, because your immersion gets broken.
Look, I haven't bought it. I was waiting to buy it because I don't tend to buy. Okay, I bought Master Chief Collection, and then that was the only game I've like refunded because that was considered unplayable too, like a failed launch. Not to this scale, though, in my opinion, and not with these sort of really serious repercussions. But my opinion about Cyberpunk, I've played maybe like an hour, is that it's unplayable even on PC because it can't render the trees properly. So in your field of view, right in the center of your screen, are always trees. And even sometimes the collision is off. So you'll be firing at people, they'll be right in front of you, but somehow they're behind a container. Like anyway, it's just rendering problems, in my opinion. So people are like, oh, they patched it, whatever. I haven't seen any improvement.
No, they're just like patching right now. What I've noticed is things that are hampering progression in the game. For about 6
And
hours, I was stuck in one spot and couldn't move.
yeah, did you have to restart your game or were you able to load a previous save?
I didn't have a previous save
Yeah.
loaded. I had
Yeah.
to. I restarted and was stuck in the same spot.
Yeah.
I stopped playing the game and waited for another patch. And when one of the hot fixes went live, I was able to crouch out of the spot. It is not fun. I'm not mad about it because I paid literally like 30 something dollars for it using,
Oh yeah.
questionable methods. I could have got it cheaper actually. Um, but yeah, other people they spent $60 on this, and it's I think the magnitude of this game being an absolute fucking failure is CD Projekt Red doesn't do many games,
Mm-mm.
and they're not cash grab games either. They don't have microtransactions in them. They primarily, you know, base their income on game sales and merch sales. That's pretty
Mm-hmm.
much it. And I think they do get a cut of if you buy things on GOG, owned by CD Projekt. CD Projekt Red is the developer. Um, but yeah, it's just not fun. Nobody wants to see palm trees. Like whole buildings in cities are not rendering. People are like 18 wheelers and shit are fucking falling from the sky, blowing you up. The game is a mess. The game should have not come out in 2020. Should not have
No.
come out.
Yeah, you got to have those previous saves because the game will be unplayable. You'll get stuck somewhere. One example is Jackie. This isn't a spoiler. Got stuck in a diner and it was game breaking because couldn't not in a diner in a club and just couldn't fucking get him out of the club. So previous save was like 7 levels ago. Here we go again. It's just annoying. Like that's considered a game breaking bug, and ugh, like those shouldn't exist on a game on release, or there should be like a hot fix immediately with the same day the game releases. They should they knew. They had to know.
Yeah,
Of course they knew.
this was gross negligence. This was This was the Fallout 76. Like,
True.
close your eyes, Jesus take the wheel approach.
Just not quite, not finished and nowhere near polished. A complaint I have is just a genuine complaint with the game. Two things is one, what is the environment? Like, do you like Night City and like the outskirts of it? Like, do you like the environment?
I just got out of there's 3 paths in the very beginning, and then everybody meets at this one central point after that, like, prologue thing.
Yeah.
I'm maybe a couple hours after that. I'm not too far ahead, but I'm not, in the beginning. Do I like Night City?
Okay.
Yes and no. Like, it doesn't, for me, it didn't capture that feeling that I got in Skyrim, where I'm being, like, brought to the city to have my fucking head chopped off, and then a dragon comes out and saves me. It didn't have, like, that grandiose, like, ending or like beginning and, like, prologue for me. I think that the V character, it's just a little. I picked the girl character.
Okay.
She's a little blank for me.
Yeah, I agree.
She's a little bland. Like, they don't have any. It's like the Destiny like thing, like, where your character looks a certain way, and the dude's like, "Let's go to the Vanguard." You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't. It doesn't have that same oomph that it does, like, when you have like a Master Chief or something. I know Master Chief is a pretty bad explanation but you know what Master Chief sounds like. He has a very distinct voice, or like Solid Snake or something like that.
Yeah,
Or Geralt, even their own game, Geralt of Rivia. He has his own thing, and it just falls flat for me. The question, Night City is okay.
Yeah.
It's too big for its own good. Like,
do you feel like it's empty?
No, because I have the density in the settings on high.
Oh, okay.
That's an actual setting that you can put. So if your computer's being fucking, BDSM choked, you can turn the density down so that it saves some resources.
All right. Well, that's good to know. I just felt like there's so many more trash bags than there are people walking around, and you can't talk to anybody. No one will talk to you. I just felt like also, don't tweet at me. That was the second reason, like, the second criticism I have about the game. Like, yes, I keep playing it, but I have valid criticisms, and you don't need to be defensive about that. Don't tweet me. But like the tree issue, that's a valid criticism. It's a big issue. No need to be sensitive about my opinion on that. And then I just don't like that, I guess, about the game, is that people are so quick to defend it just when it's like, no, look, my experience is valid. There's trees everywhere that flash and give me a headache. Like,
yeah.
In my opinion, it's unplayable. I'm glad you're having a great experience. Don't tell me to buy a next gen console because I have a gaming computer. Thank you. Like, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, if fanboys will be fanboys, right? Like, CD Projekt Red will do no wrong in their eyes. You can't save them. They're already gone. What they need to understand is that criticism and holding companies accountable brings better games. It brings better games. So,
like you mentioned about the echo chamber earlier, that's what I was saying. It's just, look, I'm glad you're having a good playthrough experience. I am not. Congratulations. I'm happy for you.
like, for example, okay, right now I'm going through a problem, and it's a lot of people are having it, but I'm not getting any response. My car, the head unit with Apple CarPlay on my new phone, crashes. Just stops working while I'm driving.
It's not good.
No, it's not good and it's not safe. I'm not gonna lose functionality of my car because they refuse to fix the problem. Oh, use Bluetooth. No, I paid for Apple CarPlay.
Yeah.
Oh, just divert to iOS 13. No, my phone came with iOS 14. I don't have an old phone.
Mm-hmm.
Fix it.
Yeah, it irked me when, like I was mentioning the broken quest pretty early in the game. Really simple like quest. Just talk to this guy. Just like walk in the door and talk to him. It was so frustrating. Oh shit, what was I saying?
Can I say
Oh
one
well.
thing?
Go ahead.
Cyberpunk should be classified as a horror game for me. You want to know why? Because sometimes, every so often, you'll have a person walk out from fucking nowhere in your field of view and just casually stroll. And then there's jump scares in here. If you, like you mentioned the trash bags, right? Sometimes they're explosive. They're explosive trash bags. I don't know why, but you'll walk over a trash bag and then the dumpster that it's in front of will go fucking flying in the air.
Yeah.
It should be a horror game. They should change that.
That's funny. It's like a mod you never wanted, a horror mod. Also, no one tell Lou to go buy a next gen console. Like, I haven't had that experience. I'm not gonna be like, oh, go buy the same computer that I have or something. Like, no. It's just for some reason his game has exploding dumpster fires. Like, it's definitely sounds appropriate. Mine, on the other hand, just has flashing palm trees literally the whole, like, every moment of gameplay.
Yeah, if you're gonna tell me to go buy a console, just sell me yours for retail. Your PS5.
Sorry, I definitely was triggered. So anyway,
Let's get more triggered. Let's talk about Tenet.
why is this game so triggering? Go ahead.
It's the hype.
Tenet.
It's the hype. It's the marketing,
Okay.
the hype, the people who hype up these games.
All right, let's all take a breath, a cleansing breath, and let's talk about Tenet. Something I'm not angry about.
Okay. So we're not gonna do any spoilers or anything like that. We'll
Mhm.
save that for later. Not in this episode. Later in another maybe standalone one where we could actually
Yeah.
talk about it and dive deep on it.
I have a feeling people are going to watch it over the holiday too. So I can't wait to talk about it more with spoilers, and we can talk about, really what we think the film was about, things like that, really get a deep dive into it. But not today. What do
Yeah.
we say to the god of spoilers?
Not today. I feel. So I've seen this movie. Yeah, okay. Right. I've wasted over 11 hours of my life watching this movie. I've seen it over 5 times. Yeah, I took a couple of things away from this.
Mhm.
Robert Pattinson deserves his acting chops.
Okay.
Twilight should be forgiven. He's done a whole bunch of other good movies, and he kills it in this one. He's the highlight for me.
Wow.
Yeah, the main character, the protagonist, doesn't really. He's not designed to give you like an emotional response or like be like the heart of the movie. It's Neil. It's Robert Pattinson's character. So
Okay.
yeah, really enjoyed him. Ludwig Jorgensen. It's with a G with the special O, like it looks like the O face emoji. Jorgensen. He's the man.
Let's call it the umlaut, because I have no idea if that's true. That's the only word I can think of.
He's the man. He did the music for this movie. He did the music for the Mandalorian for the past 2 seasons. He's the man. He's the new Hans Zimmer. He is the man. He killed this movie. And I felt like, barring any story, barring anything like that, just the feeling from the very beginning, right? Of this film, there's like a song playing in an opera, and then you get this loud boom. I feel like I've been robbed. Like I can't experience this movie in IMAX, and I understand what Christopher Nolan was where he was coming from when he was mad about WB basically shipping off those movies to HBO Max.
Yeah.
And I called him a hoe for that, but I'm gonna walk that back. I'm gonna admit that I was wrong on that one. That was a bad take for me because WB basically didn't give them any input for those 17 movies. They just put it on there and did that deal without consulting anybody. So yeah, WB's wrong for that.
So just to stop you for a second, you wish the movie had not been released and instead they held on to it until people could return to IMAX theaters?
I don't want to go that far. Like the movie needs to make its money, and I just feel like for the experience, like it deserves to be seen on a big screen.
Yeah. I just don't know if those big screens,
Will be
exist.
there or yeah. There's no like New York City still doesn't have anything open. I think gyms closed and shit like that again. So I understand that I can't go, but I if I do get the opportunity later when things are not fucky, I will see this in theaters if they allow it to be there. Um, but yeah, you gotta watch this. You gotta watch this with a sound bar. You have to have bass in this movie.
Headphones. You can have good headphones.
Good headphones as well. You can watch it online.
Yeah. I sat in front of my computer and watched it. Like I have a nice monitor because I didn't want to stream it, twice from like watching a stream in Discord. And then sometimes I do that, but it's like, it's not movies like Tenet where I want the HD quality, like as close as possible. So yeah, I understand wanting to see it flawlessly on a big screen. Better than like Discord does a good job, but it's not as good, I guess, as like maybe watching a Blu-ray, things like that. But it was fine, and I, listened with my wireless Logitech headphones, which are designed for gaming, not necessarily for like movie watching. That rich sound integrity that you're seeking, but I liked it. I think it worked. Need to see it again for sure.
I'm I'm piggybacking off of people. I'm like, hey, have you seen Tenet? Like, no. I'm like, do you want to watch it? Just so
do you want to cuddle and watch it?
No, this is not a cuddle movie. Yeah, I enjoyed the film for what it was. It's a little convoluted. Christopher Nolan has a problem with exposition. There are a couple of lines in this movie that I'm like, duh. Yeah, beautifully shot. It's one of those. It's in the same vein of like Memento, Inception, Interstellar, where you're gonna come away with this movie with some questions. And if you watch it with people, it's gonna be a discussion point, which I think is probably the best thing about movies.
Yeah,
is when they get you to talk and they get you to think. But yeah, it's on Blu-ray, it's on DVD, it's on digital. You could buy it, you could watch it. If I had any tip for that, yes, I would say get the Blu-ray if you can, and you get a digital copy for free.
He's saying just dim Lou and ask to watch it with Lou. Let's get Lou to like 25 times seeing this movie.
I'm not against that. I don't think you've known how many times I've seen Inception. I still have the original Blu-ray from 10 years ago.
That's cool. Something I wanted to mention too is Dark Knight was convoluted as well. Like, we're just jam-packed. Like, you had to watch it again because you were like, wait, what? Like, what was the intent? What was the crime here? Who's, wait, am I a villain? It was twisty, right? Like, Heath Ledger was a true anarchist, so it was very philosophical. It had a lot to say, like his other movies do.
Yeah, but it did seem like I'll say one final thing. This movie did seem like an audition tape for him directing a Bond movie. I would love to see that as well. It won't be Daniel Craig. It'll be somebody else if that does happen. But yeah, I'm excited.
So, did you like the villain?
Uh, yes and no. Yes and no. We'll talk about the
Yeah.
villain more because I can't really give anything away about him. But
Yeah.
I think he was sufficient without being like in your face. You know what I mean? Like he was enough for me.
The again, I'll say one more thing. This movie reminded me the most. Ooh, I want to say Inception, but it really reminded me of The Prestige. So I don't know, like what, just the flavor of the movie compared to what else he's made. I'm just wondering what his next direction will be.
Yeah, I mean his last film was Dunkirk, so that was a big
Yeah.
diversion from what he's usually used to doing. That movie only has like 3 lines of dialogue in the entire movie. That was an experience in the theaters too.
Mm-hmm. He likes to make theater movies.
Yeah,
Respect.
this isn't. Yeah, he doesn't make movies. He makes cinema. Like there's a very big difference like between that. It's like there's like a nuance to it that
Mm-hmm.
he tries to like capture, and I understand why he was so reluctant to put it on like streaming services and shit because yeah, this movie deserves to be seen in theaters. It's that good to me at
Yeah.
least on a technical standpoint.
It
Yes.
deserves it, but it's not a perfect world. We're in a pandemic in unprecedented times. But it's not that crazy. Like we saw this coming. Like as soon as we could watch DVDs at home, being like, oh, movie theater experience, has competition to all those people that don't like leaving their home.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You want to move on? We'll talk about this more later in a
Sure.
different. Well,
So what's our next movie?
our next movie is going to be Wonder Woman 1984. It's coming out Christmas Day. We'll watch it on Monday. I have no inclination to watch this on the day of release. I'm just going to chill out tomorrow and on the weekend. So we'll watch it on Monday. If you want to join us, you join us on the Discord. That link is on the website, lowerbitrate.com. Check it out. It's a fun time. I don't know why you don't, but you should.
Come hang out with us.
I think the best movie nights are when we see something and then we have a discussion after.
Mm-hmm. We usually do.
You know, you don't have to go to YouTube or Twitter to rant about what you've seen. You could just talk about it. Or don't if you don't want to.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to Bobby McRib for his hot takes on the films we watch.
Yeah, he upset me.
I know. Sometimes he, in his stubbornness and his hot takes, he can
Rustle some jimmies.
Yeah, he just knows how to push those buttons.
Yeah. So this past week we saw The Nightmare Before Christmas. What did you think? Because I've seen this movie 1,000 times.
This was my first time seeing it. Sorry if that was really loud, but okay. I understand why perhaps I did not see this as a wee mbop. It is creepy. It's gross. It's Tim Burton's, mind fuck of a child. But I liked it a lot. I want to watch it again, even like this Christmas. The songs are great. I guess I thought I wouldn't like it because it's a musical, and it's so over merchandised. Do you feel that way?
No, I think it's iconic enough.
Okay. All right. Well, I just felt like I was really just overexposed, and I just felt like it was pop culture is so saturated with references to this movie. But yes, I really liked it. I guess I agree with Lou that it deserves it. I can understand why people really. This is. Do you feel like it's a cult classic? I think it is.
I would agree. Yeah, I think it's out of all the Disney movies, I think this is probably the one of the ones with such a cult following to it.
Mm-hmm.
People love this movie.
Yeah, they do.
Like this movie is some people's aesthetic.
That's what I mean. Is I feel like it's a I should have pulled that word, aesthetic, but it's almost even a lifestyle for some people. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I've seen tattoos. I guess I've seen Nintendo tattoos and like Simpson tattoos, but I just didn't get it because I hadn't seen it. But I guess I get it now. If you like the songs, you have amazing memories attached to this, watching it. Not even Christmas. You could watch it for Halloween too.
You can watch this movie anytime. It's like a hybrid movie. That's why I think it's like the concept is so interesting that it's a Halloween movie, but it's also a Christmas movie. Like it's a hybrid of the two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the voice acting in this is so good.
Okay, can I talk about just 2 spoilers that I had to like look away? I was like, I don't like this.
Go ahead.
Okay, just one spoiler actually. Where they torture Santa. There's 2 different scenes where they're like have him strung up by his arms in some sort of like Le Chiffre from Casino Royale, and he's just dangling, and he gets tortured twice. I was like, I don't like torture scenes.
Hey, this is Tim Burton. He didn't direct it, but I think he produced it.
He created all the little characters for it.
Yeah.
Just like Jim Henson would for Muppets.
Mm-hmm. What was your favorite song?
This is Halloween. This is Halloween.
That one's a good one. I forgot how good. I like Jack's Lament. The first song, the song after This is Halloween.
Mm-hmm. That was good too. The singing was really good. The singing was done, again, this was like such a collaborative project. The singing was done by Danny Elfman, but the voice of Jack was done by Sarandon. Bob Sarandon.
Yeah. Originally, adult me knows that there's 2 different voices, but kid me did not.
They do a good job.
I think Catherine O'Hara is Sally, right?
Yes, she could have had a bigger role, but she did a great job. She would be unrecognizable too.
Yeah, she is unrecognizable. Yeah,
she has such a distinct
voice, like such a distinct voice or whatever. Right, that's what I'm talking about.
From Home Alone, and then also from Schitt's Creek. Schitt's Creek is very silly. Maybe you wouldn't like it, but her character from Schitt's Creek is so amazing. She carries the whole show. If you like Catherine O'Hara, you should be watching Schitt's Creek. They give her a lot of the punchlines. She deserves it.
Yeah, The Nightmare Before Christmas it's a classic in my opinion. Love this movie. I love this movie. I watch it once every year.
When?
I subscribe to the meme where it's like October 31st, 11:59 p.m. Jack Skellington, and then at 12 he turns into the Christmas version of him. I watch it around Halloween.
Okay.
And I forgot how fucking funny the Making Christmas song was. I forgot how I'm sitting there dying. There's just like this monotone Making Christmas with fucking horrible things in these presents.
Yeah, horrible. That was funny. I found that entertaining. Yeah, there was really good comedy in this. Obviously, it doesn't need to be overlooked. The songs were funny too, but yeah. All
right, let's move on.
Okay.
Spoilers inbound. We're going to talk about the Mandalorian season 2 finale, episode 8. Spoilers in 5, 4, 3, 2. Hope you're gone. 1. This episode is called The Believer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Who the fuck is the Believer?
I have no idea.
Right?
I honestly don't know. This one should have been called, it really should have been called The Jedi, but I guess they were holding the secret to the chest, like close to the vest.
Yeah, that would have been too spoilery as a title.
Yeah.
100. Yeah.
Maybe the Believer's you? I don't know if they
Maybe
were.
the believer was the friends we made all along. I
Oh
don't,
my
it was the
goodness.
journey, not the destination. Yeah, weird title.
Banger of an episode though. This episode
Yeah.
was mwah.
I wish we
And
could go scene by scene, but man, we would be here for 2 hours
we
talking
would
about
we would
it.
definitely be here for 2 hours. So I'm gonna give you the highlights for me.
Yeah, go ahead.
The music in
Yes.
this episode, again, Ludwig Jorgensen has done it again. I, there was this mix of like I don't even know, like hard techno maybe, or like hard electronic
Cyberpunk.
music.
Yeah.
With like, and it switches to this like very somber, soft, like mystical mystery like thing, and then there's three different versions of that like mystical track. Like it has three different versions that it switches to like like not simultaneously, but like one after the other, but like seamlessly. It is so good.
Yeah. And then we, big spoiler, at the end got to hear Luke's theme from Star Wars. Very similar to Leia's theme, but Leia's theme I think is a flute. So cool. You know, big like, ooh, the music made this.
Yeah. So the cat's out of the bag. Luke Skywalker pops up in this uh episode. CG, obviously he didn't sound like Luke, but I'm not trying to nitpick. Fucking Mark Hamill's so old.
So that's what I was guessing. It was Mark Hamill trying to sound like Luke from the 80s or even from the end of the 70s.
Right.
Okay, got it.
So I did like, I don't remember the beginning of the episode. Maybe he was trying to, maybe they were trying to squat up in the beginning.
The beginning of the episode started right, didn't it start with Boba Fett?
Yeah, Boba Fett, and they go get the Mandalorians and shit. The other Mandalorians, right? Is that this episode?
No, I thought, never mind. I'm confusing it, I think, where they get chased by Boba Fett as a ploy into the Star Destroyer. But that, I believe, was the episode where the Mandalorian takes his helmet off, gets his
That was this
that
episode.
was this episode. Yeah, that was this episode. I was confusing the two different sieges. The siege of the like the planet, the like kind of third world planet that lived on this just like imperial occupied, you know, right next to the base with the pirates and things like that. Yeah, I'm confusing those two sieges. So yes, this episode did begin with the two ships, one flying directly into the Star Destroyer and Boba Fett Boba Fett disappearing off into the, you know, going into what's called hyperdrive. So poof, he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone. They're probably going to do a spinoff with him, probably.
What do you mean probably?
I don't remember anything.
Luke, okay, how do you not remember? I watched it twice. At the end, remember the stinger? Did you not see the stinger? Okay. At the end of the episode, when he's on Tatooine with Fennec?
I probably did not see that. I did not watch the...
Okay, I won't, just let me correct you for the listener. I won't tell you anything else about it. I can't believe you didn't see that. But yes, they did promise the Book of Boba Fett coming out in 2021, I thought.
Oh.
And Christmas. So yeah, you're going to get your Book of Boba Fett, don't worry. And go watch that stinger. If you even want to watch it right now, and I'll just talk about Mandalorian.
That's fine. I'm okay.
I don't know how long it is. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to spoil that for you.
I don't think it's a spoiler. No, I don't think it's a spoiler. I know they're gonna do something with him. He just like fucking peaced out.
Yeah. Well, he had somewhere to be. You'll find out. Yeah,
so the plan was he chases them, they steal one of those ships. They actually hijack the ship with the little nerdy doctor on it, and they split up. So Bo-Katan was trying to fight Moff Gideon, and we'll know why in a second. But Mandalorian was supposed to go off, save Grogu. They got baited hard, real hard. I love the way that they portrayed the Dark Troopers as like impenetrable fuck machines, because
Mm-hmm.
these dudes were like tanks. Like there was no way that they were going to survive with all these Dark Troopers in that ship coming back.
Right? They did such a good job of presenting this real threat, like,
Mm-hmm.
to everybody. Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah. Also, this episode was directed by, I think, Peyton Reed. He has done Ant-Man.
Oh.
He did Ant-Man 1 and 2. Yeah, so Moff Gideon baits them and is holding the Darksaber at Grogu. And it
Yeah.
says, I already got what I needed from him. You can take him. And then they start fighting.
Yeah.
The fight, my problem with the fight was that it wasn't a conclusion. It was setup.
True.
It was set up. I can forgive that. That's perfectly fine. But
You didn't see that coming? Or
I didn't have any expectations for it. I didn't know what the fuck was going to happen.
Okay.
Because I personally, I don't know anything about the Clone Wars or Star Wars Rebels. So people watching this that know that history and know what the Dark Blade stands for, etc., know this, and that would probably piss them off. But for me, being blind, like, the millions of viewers of The Walking Dead are every week, I was perfectly fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
So we get our fight. He uses the spear. Awesome. It's Beskar. We got the realization that the Darksaber can't pierce Beskar.
Yes.
So he's basically impenetrable unless he gets some, like, in the hip or something like that, where he's not protected.
But another thing was revealed too, if I can interject, is that the Beskar heats up.
Uh-huh.
So we learned, maybe if, again, you're not a fan of the outside canon supporting the plot of this, but I learned that Beskar can heat up. Thus, Mandalorians, if they heat up the Beskar, will melt in their armor.
That's terrifying.
Big Achilles heel.
That's only for the Darksaber, right?
Well, I thought, maybe I listened to a podcast. I thought I heard that was how Mandalorians were killed, is they would somehow fire some sort of heat pulse at them and they would die in their armors, like, like when Obi-Wan drops to the ground and only his robes are left, peace out. Same thing with Beskar and Mandalorians.
I didn't know that. So after our fight, Moff Gideon gets his ass beat. And let's give some credit to the actor for Moff Gideon.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Giancarlo Esposito, aka Gustavo Fring. He is so great. I'm so like I'm like numb to the fact that we only got him in a few like tidbits or whatever. He plays a villain so well.
And it's not the same villain, right?
No, it's not.
He tweaks it. How does he have these different flavors of evil inside of him? And apparently he's a really nice guy. That, I don't know. I just heard this anecdote of someone that met him, and anyway. But yes, I want him for every villain, 2021 and beyond. The way he speaks too, like with Gustavo, he really dialed up the accent, but in this, it's just this light, you hear it slip every once in a while. Like, he doesn't disguise that he is Latin, and I like that too. Like, he just talks, I believe, in this like unique voice, but it's just a bit of an exaggeration of the way his normal speaking voice is the impression I get.
Yeah. What makes him playing Moff Gideon so well is that he has this swag about him. Like this demeanor and this way of speaking that, like, his charisma is like off the charts. So he goes, "Oh, let's see how you do with a whole platoon of them." He's talking about the Dark Troopers. He's
Mm-hmm.
just so it's just so good. Like his facial expressions just really, really, really sell you. And I'm glad that we finally got to see him, in a more bigger scale, because we haven't really seen him that way throughout the whole 2 seasons. We just got this at the very end.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, really, really good. I enjoyed this a lot. This whole Moff Gideon thing, and then he
Right.
starts explaining, and his master plan, and he basically fucks over Bo-Katan because the Darksaber cannot be given; it has to be won in battle.
Yeah. So the Mandalorian made a mistake. He wasn't supposed to bring in Moff Gideon. He was supposed to let Bo-Katan fight him in battle.
Yeah, so that she can win the Darksaber and rule Mandalore. So the reason why they did this, and they did this purposefully, Jon Favreau is really smart. The last 2 or 3 episodes, we had no Grogu, or very little Grogu.
Yeah.
And that's conditioning the person who's, obviously, if you're waiting a year for this is probably not going to apply to you. But the person who's binging this is going to have it in their brain, oh, no Grogu, for the next season. I think there will be a next season, a season 3. But the big reveal in this episode, besides all the techno and the fucking great music by Ludwig Jorgensen, is that this show is spaced 5 years after the Return of the Jedi. And Luke Skywalker's here. He saves them. He mauls every single Dark Trooper in that fucking shit. Mauls them.
Just swinging the force like big old balls.
I love that shit. I loved it. It wasn't too cheesy. Like he crushed one, he pushed one. He I don't know, ricocheted a bullet into one of their heads. It was a good mix of everything from him. I'm not gonna comment on the CG. I thought the CG was fine. It was obviously CG. I could tell, but it wasn't bothersome like, Superman's mustache in Justice League. But yeah, we got our goodbye. Did you cry at the goodbye?
No, Grogu turned out to just be kind of a side character, even though he started out as like, this is the main story, is to get him to a Jedi, but he was just kind of a punchline. He served as like comedic relief, and merchandising. Don't at me, but yeah, I don't know.
No, you're 100% right, because after the child was revealed, normally they put out stuff for shows beforehand so people can buy things beforehand. And there was nothing about the child. They were scrambling to put out merch of the child or Grogu.
We're just fine. There's the child. I found 2 different like child replicas that were excellent toy, looked really good as toys at CVS. Like there's so many places to get the child merch now. We
Funny
survived.
how you mentioned that. I was my girlfriend sent me a picture of those same toys at CVS and was like, want? I go, no, I don't need any more vinyl shit. I'm good.
Your room probably just smells like vinyl and cologne.
It does. I am offended that you called me out on that.
And also gamer funk.
I shower. I have personal people in my life that could attest to that I do not smell.
I just want to say, if you're a Destiny player, which you are, there's sweat. There's just going to be sweat. So,
no.
Okay, never mind. We can talk about this another time.
Okay, I've realized that I'm trash and I no longer sweat. I'm no longer good. I've peaked a long time ago. I'm okay with that.
As soon as Trials comes back, you're going to be doing Trials carries.
Hell no. It already came back. I haven't even played it once.
It came back. Okay, we could talk about that next episode.
We'll talk about that next episode.
So many tangents this episode.
We have a lot to talk about Destiny. I said LOL Bungie. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Yeah, we got our goodbye and we have our setup. The Mandalorian took off his helmet once again, twice in one season. Ya yeet. And he has the Darksaber now. So
He's
he has
the
purpose.
king.
He is the theoretical king of Mandalore.
Accident.
I am okay with this because, to be honest with you, like Pedro Pascal is the Mandalorian. He is the show. Grogu, like you said, is a side character. Will we see him again? Yes. Will they probably try to fill and cram in a whole bunch of shit between the 25 years between the Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens? Probably. Does Grogu survive? Who fucking knows? Who knows? But yeah, the pieces are in place to do a season 3. I like the way they did it. I'm not, completely offended about it, but I'm excited. I really like this show. I really, really like this show. I think season 2 is way better than season 1. I think the climax of this season 2 was way more powerful than season 1.
It's sped up. I loved it.
Yeah, it was a little bit slow at sometimes because watching it every week, you have to mull over it for a week. But yeah, it was really good. Yeah, 8 out of 10 for me.
8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I liked it. I would go so far as to say a 9 out of 10. I liked it. It was very Star Wars-y, but yeah, I thought they did a great job.
9 out of 10 would have been if they would have done something different with those other 2 slow episodes that I didn't really like. I thought they were weak.
Okay.
If they would have made those a little bit more interesting, then it would be a 9. 10, I don't think exists for me.
Well, I thought you were just rating this one episode, but yes, I would agree. 8 out of 10 for the season. And then I would say this episode was a 9 out of 10.
No, this episode was a 10 out of 10.
Okay.
As a whole, rating a whole series is kind of hard. Like a whole season. So the whole season as a whole was an 8. This episode was a 10. It was perfect for me.
Okay.
But I feel like you would have every episode would have to be a banger for it to be a 10. And I just don't think that's possible because you have to have some build up, some setup. Maybe in an anthology series, it would have a chance for a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, perhaps a singular story told by one director, one writer.
Yeah. All right, that's gonna do it for me. Are you good on this?
I am. Thank you guys for listening to episode 54 of LowerBitrate. Check us out at lowerbitrate.com. And always thank you for listening. Sorry I got triggered about Cyberpunk, but who isn't? Anyway, have a great holiday if you celebrate, and we appreciate you listening.
Yeah, be safe. Don't drive drunk or I'm going to put my foot in your ass. Bye-bye.